Hello and welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to show you some test hands here with Pendulum. So yeah, this is my Magician Pendulum list that I showed off quite recently. Um, yeah, it's for the most part it seems very consistent. The last test duel that I had it against my Galaxy Eyes deck, which I will do a profile of that soon. But it is mainly just the most recent Dark Arm Duelist list. But I'll go through some of the changes that I will be making that I think should not belong in that list. Anyway, yeah, so ever since I made this list, it's most of the time consistent. I say most because, well, theoretically, I'm going to say 99.98% consistency. This is ink, by the way. I have a fountain pen that I had to swap the ink cartridge for the very first time. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So yeah, depending on the opening hand, and usually what interruptions I end up facing depends on the end board. Sometimes it could be Apollosa, Barone, and Savage, or it could be Barone, Vortex, Apollosa, or something along those lines. It just depends on the opening hand. So I've shuffled it up a bit. I'm going to shuffle it up again. I'm trying to be very careful here not to knock the tripod because I have it a bit raised up more than usual when I'm filming for these profiles. Uh, so I think I'll get one more and then I'll just cut uh, like so. And so then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the deck there. The extra deck is just out of focus for the moment because I thought it would be better to have the deck somewhat in focus rather than the extra deck. So let's see what our opening hand is. Dragon Shrine, Dragon Pit Magician, Chronograph Sorcerer, Upstart Goblin, and Pot of Desires. This is full combo. This is literally full combo. And I'll show you how. So immediately I'm going to scale Chronograph Sorcerer, but I'm not going to use its effect until I've used Dragon Shrine. And I will of course then send to the graveyard Supreme King Dragon Darkworm to the grave. I'll use its effect to then special summon itself since I control no monsters, and then its effect will then activate, adding to hand a Supreme King Gate card, which will of course go for the Gate 0, and then I'll just give this a quick shuffle, like so, and then I'll cut it like so. So that's now been added to our hand, and the Dragon Shrine goes to grave. So now I'm going to use the Chronograph Sorcerer's effect to pop itself to special summon out the Time Gazer Magician from deck. And then again, I'll give it a quick shuffle because I'm going to be drawing off of Upstart and Desires here. And so again, I'll just cut like so. So first of all, I am going to activate the Upstart Goblin to draw 1. That's actually not bad. And so send that to grave. And then I will of course activate the Pot of Desires, banishing 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then draw 2. So the two cards that we drew were Celestial and Double Iris Magician. So not bad. And then the Desires goes to grave. So this is our current hand. We have Double Iris Magician, Performer Pile, Celestial Magician, the Supreme King Gate 0, Dragon Pit Magician, and Chronograph Sorcerer. So I am going to scale up with Gate 0 and Double Iris Magician. Let me just see what her Pendulum effect does once per turn. You can target one dark spellcaster monster you control. Okay, yeah, so we're good. There's going to be no negative effects for not having another Pendulum monster, Magician Pendulum in the scale. So that's scaled up. Now I'm going to link these two into the Beyond the Pendulum, wherever she is. There she is. So I'll make Beyond the Pendulum pay the 1200 to add any pendulum from deck to hand. And since I didn't have it in any of the draws, I'm of course going to add Harmonizing Magician, because Harmonizing is the key to ending with both Barone and a Vortex Dragon at the not Vortex, Savage Dragon at the end of this. So I've shuffled the deck. I'm not even going to bother cutting it because we're not going to be searching from the deck anymore. So now, because I've used Beyond the Pendulum's effect, I immediately have to Pendulum Summon. So I'm going to look at what we have here. I'm going to Pendulum the Chronograph as well as the Dark Worm from the extra deck. From the hand, I'm going to go with Harmonizing Magician. I'm going to go with Celestial, and then I'm going to go with actually, no, I won't go for... Hang on. I do have to go for Celestial. I was thinking of going for Vortex Dragon. I mean, I could. But yeah, I think I shall leave it with that, which then Harmonizing Magician will then trigger, bringing out the Oath Dragon Magician from the deck with its effects negated. So we're then going to Synchro using Harmonizing Magician and the Oath Dragon Magician into where are you? Barone. And we'll put it underneath Beyond the Pendulum. Then I will link off the Dark Worm and the Beyond the Pendulum up to exceed the Pendulum. So I'll put her into the same zone. That effect will then trigger to add Harmonizing Magician back into our hand, and then I'll use Exceed's second effect to Pendulum Summon Harmonizing Magician, or rather Special Summon Harmonizing Magician, because it falls in between the rank, the scale of 0 and 8. It's a 4, so then I can Special Summon her to the field in defense. Her effect has already been used, so her effect will not resolve. So then all that's really left to do is link Chronograph and Exceed the Pendulum into an Apollousa with 2 negates. If I can find her, there she is. So again, put her there. So Apollousa with 2 counters on her. And then I will, of course, then immediately Synchro. Also, actually, I forgot to banish the Oath Dragon off of Harmonizing Magician's effect. I keep forgetting about the banish side of things every time I play this deck, or with Harmonizing. I always forget. But we are then going to Synchro into Savage Dragon with 3 counters on it by equipping Exceed the Pendulum, which then also makes it 4,000 in attack. And that is the end board with 2 extras in hand. Now, if I didn't want to get the Savage Dragon out, like I said, I could have Pendulum Dragon Pit Magician, and I think I still have Astrograph because I never actually checked what I banished. Yeah, I still had Astrograph in the deck. But actually, no, I don't think I could have pulled Astrograph Sorcerer from the deck. So this was actually the correct play. So I'm going to pause, shuffle her up, and then we'll draw another test in. But I won't play it out. I'll just see whether or not it's full combo or what it could potentially end on. Okay, so just going to shuffle, on camera so you can see that I'm not toying with anything. This is literally all live. Well, not live, but I'm just showing that I am shuffling and not altering anything to make this deck look better than it actually might be. But yeah, happy enough with the first test hand. If I have made any misplays, please do let me know in the comments down below, and be respectful. So I'm going to cut the deck and then draw cards. So we have Dragon Shrine, Skull Corbat Joker, Wisdom Eye, Upstart, and Double Dragon Shrine. Not ideal, but almost, I would say, potentially end on Barone. Maybe this is full combo. Let me play it out off camera so you can see. Okay, so about 5 minutes of comboing off, which equated to about 27 seconds of a time lapse. So I decided time lapse just to prove that this was going to be the end board. And I was right, that opening hand was full combo, thankfully, because I upstart into Pendulum Call, or upstart into Allure of Darkness, then into the double pen call. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Let me know again if I made any misplays. Please do let me know in the comments down below, and I shall see you all for the next video, which should be a deck profile, assuming that I don't have any interesting Master duels to show off in that time frame.